morning, students. We are going to continue with the novel The Vendor of Sweets by R.K. Narayan. At home, there was a minimum exchange of words between Jagan and Mali. Mali felt satisfied that he had given up studies. Jagan was happy and proud that his son was following a new course of action. Instead of reading other people's books, he is providing books for others. Thus, he is doing a service in his own way. The World Service reminded of Gandhiji's message in 1937 when he said that every human action acquired a meaning when it was performed as a service. He himself had rendered service by giving up his studies, hearing police authorities, and undergoing prison terms. However, he had doubts about his son's experiences of life and his equipment to be a writer. He had uneasy thoughts. Whether Mali would write in Tamil or in English, the only link between the father and the son was the 5 rupee currency note that he left in the hall table every morning. His worry was that Mali had his lunch and dinner at the Anand Bhavan restaurant where they used hydrogenated vegetable oil in unlabeled tins instead of pure ghee. There was hardly any communication between the father and the son. The 30th of September had passed and there was no trace of the manuscript of the novel. The father and the son lived in two different worlds, although they stayed under the same roof. He simply learnt that Mali was in his room when he saw the light through the chink in the door. The cousin found Jagan always worried and careworn, although he had money and contentment. Jagan had not mastered the art of looking happy. So, students, now we see that there is this analysis about the relationship between the father and the son, and as we had studied in the previous class also, that the relationship between the father and the son is not, there's a lot of love, obviously, but it is not a very complete sort of relationship because after Mali's mother's death, he became a bit aloof and he somehow held his father responsible for the death of his mother, and there was always a bit of a distance and some sort of tension between father and son because although they lived in the same house, yet they seemed to be staying in different worlds. So, when Mali decides to become a writer, then Jagan accepts it a bit reluctantly, only after the cousin convinces him to do so. But after that, he is supportive. But still, there are certain points on which the father son duo have a lot of differences, and this whole process of Mali becoming a writer, it is going on, and Jagan is trying to be supportive, yet there arise sometimes certain issues which cause friction between the father and the son, and which highlight the fact that their way of thinking is very, very different. So, this is the analysis that we can make about the father son duo, and But we'll see how things unfold and what turn their relationship takes as we study the novel further. So, that is all for today's class. Thanks.